and we're about to review my absolute all-time favorite horror movie, Child's Play.
Yes, and this is a movie that I haven't seen it in a long time. So
this was kind of a reviewing.
Yeah. And it holds up surprisingly well. Spoilers, I guess, for how we feel about it. I mean, you already said it's your favorite.
Oh, I was going to say I'd be so fucking mad. I'd be personally offended if I had to hear some of the effects don't hold up.
You know what's weird is I was shocked at how well some of them did. Like some of the effects of, what was one of them? Like where it's just like Chucky, spoilers also.
Well,
like
okay.
Chucky running through the hospital.
Yeah.
Or like running across the room, like across Andy's room. I'm like, wow, this just looks good. Like him running, I'm like, that's pretty stunningly good for 88.
Well, you want to know something about that? That was Andy. What's his name? Alex Vincent's little sister.
Yeah, that was some shit, man.
That's what I'm saying is the amount of effort they put into bringing Chucky to life in his various states. Amazing.
So would you say this is your favorite movie about a boy named Andy whose toys come to life?
Oh, shit. since there are
four of them. Well, more than 4.
Well, there's about to be 5, but fuck that one.
Well, I mean, in Child's Play, there's more.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot.
Well, yeah, okay, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Don't make me choose. I love Toy Story, and I love this movie.
Different movie. All jesting aside, it is very good, and it holds up, I think.
Yeah,
very well.
No, that's what I'm saying is it's really amazing the work they put in, all the different types of Chucky, and the amount of special effects work that they did. Also, how innovative it was at the time. I was watching a lot of the special features. So Kevin Yeager, the head, one of the head designers,
right?
He was 24.
Wow.
Or like at least very young.
That's no small feat. I'd imagine there were a lot of good guy dolls to go around.
Well, first of all, they had to make the different stages of Chucky as he became more lifelike.
And more battle damaged.
More battle damaged. And on top of that, they had flailing Chucky. They had standing Chucky, walking Chucky. They had all sorts of puppeteering. And the animatronics, that's what blows my mind, is at the time that was still a very new thing. Because I think they were talking to Kevin Yeager and he was saying something, or it was either him or the producer saying, at the time you didn't just go, oh yeah, we've got an animatronics department for that. It's like, no, we're like building this shit from scratch basically.
Yeah.
Like they were, this movie pioneered special effects to a new level. And it's kind of amazing what they did with $9 million, which I suppose is like a pretty decent budget at the time.
You know what's weird?
But I mean, you know what I mean? That's not like...
I could almost contend that you could call this, I mean, it is a slasher, but you could almost contend it's an action movie.
You know, it's the weirdest thing. When I was watching the first opening scene, I thought, I know this is just supposed to be a generic chase scene, but it's done pretty goddamn well.
I mean, like, you have that. You have, what's her name? What's the mom's friend?
Maggie,
like, she falls out a window, and you have, like, the drug den blowing up, and you have, like, Mike Norris speeding around in his car. I'm like, this is an action movie in ways.
And then he batters some displaced people who get too handsy.
Like, I would say there's more firearms discharged into bodies in this movie than there are stab wounds.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing is most of the kills are like they're semi-creative,
right.
And I thought that was one aspect I really have always enjoyed about the Child's Play series, and why it scared the shit out of me as a young lad. No, I mean it was bad. Like I knew who Chucky was because going to the video store, you'd flip through there's this one store I went to back in my hometown. So you flip through them, and they're like collapsed boxes because they have the tapes behind the desk. And I was flipping through, like, God, Jesus, like what is this? I don't know what it is about Chucky. When I was little, like nothing really like scared me that badly. Like Freddy kind of freaked me out.
Yeah,
Pinhead a little bit, But Chucky, man, every time I'd see an image of him, like to this day, like if I'm not ready for it and someone just like flashes, I'm like, Jesus.
If I was at Blockbuster,
Yeah.
and like they have the aisle set up and all
Yeah.
the shelves, that would be like the horror section would be the one I'd always like walk the fastest by.
Yeah.
Those fucking posters, man, they freak me out. The DVD or the DVD VHS covers always freak me out.
No, I hear you.
That one Third Eye Blind album
Yeah.
cover. Seriously, what the fuck, Third Eye Blind?
Anyway, but that's like the sort of the hide and ambush like way that Chucky goes about things.
Yeah. Well, that was the other thing is I was shocked. I didn't realize how much of a masterclass exercise in dramatic irony the first half of this movie is. You don't know what's actually going on until halfway through with the, I'm going to throw you in the fire scene.
Also, I gotta
It's
say
weird.
something
it's
about
good, though. It's
Yeah.
like crazy.
I remember I was talking about that scene in English class, like sophomore year of high school, and I got all poetic talking about that. It's like when she threatens to throw him into the fire quite literally rises, and Chucky is brought to life.
Like a phoenix.
Yeah, it's like the phoenix rising from the ashes.
Charles Lee Ray.
And my friend was like, "Damn, you sound like a teacher and shit."
But yeah, that first half is like, there are parts where you're like, is he real? Like, is Andy crazy? And you're like, wait, no, I know what happens.
Obviously, you know.
Yeah, but you're like,
But
they're going along with this. Imagine being in that theater.
You know what's crazy is the trailer. Mm-hmm. I watched the original trailer, and it doesn't give it away.
God, that's really smart. That's the way you do it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's the whole thing about you see Charles Lee Ray die, and then
Yeah.
you see him transfer his soul into the doll.
And the fucking toy store blows up. There's another explosion. I'm like, yes, more.
Really solid Toy Store explosion at Van Buren and Wabash.
Yeah, man, that's like close to fucking DePaul.
I giggle a little bit with delight every time he says that.
Yeah.
Like, I know where that is.
I got the strangler.
Yeah, I got the strangler. The original script apparently was New York.
Oh, no good.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it.
No.
Or at least one of the draft I found online.
Child's Play 2, Lost in New York.
Yeah. I guess, do we want to talk about like some background of the script?
Yeah, sure. What was this movie originally supposed to be?
Okay, there was a lot of things, but at first it was sort of a satire of what Don Mancini, the writer, he wrote all of them.
Yeah.
Sorry, what the fuck was I saying? Anyway, oh right, the original script was he said he wanted to make a satire about like the impressionability of like kids and like toy marketing at the time.
Right.
Especially in the 80s, there's all that stuff like Teddy Ruxpin, Cabbage Patch Kids,
The My Buddy doll.
My Buddies, Transformers. There's a lot of hot items on the toy market at the time. Mm-hmm. And apparently the My Buddy doll just got fucked because of this movie.
Oh, because it looked literally the box is the same box. It's like yellow ass box with the plastic and like the red font. It's like nope.
That was the other thing is Chucky was originally Buddy in the first script.
Yeah. That
And
wouldn't have went.
The first script, I think it was called Blood Buddy. Mm-hmm. And what happened was the doll's supposed to have like latex skin, and if you rub it too hard, it would like have fake blood, and you'd have to get it like Band-Aids.
Yeah.
I know that's been done with like certain toys.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta buy the accessories and all that shit.
Yeah, the dolls that pee and shit.
Right. But anyway, they actually make a couple jokes about that in 2.
They do?
Yeah. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying? So the idea is Andy like cuts himself, and then the doll also like he mixes his blood into the doll, and instead of the buddy being a serial killer and like practicing voodoo,
It'd just be a doll come to life.
yeah, it was a doll come to life, but it was supposed to be a manifestation of like Andy's frustrations because the dad is absentee.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
in this one they imply that he's dead.
It's a very Hellraiser-esque use of blood.
Right. It's interesting you say that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the idea would be a manifestation of his anger, and it would like kill the people who were pissing Andy off. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, that's weird. And the other thing was he'd only do it while Andy's asleep.
Right.
Where this, it's like he tags along on his little adventures because he's like, we gotta go get Eddie Caputo.
Yeah. Okay, Chucky, I'll go to Woodlawn with you.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
And that explosion is awesome.
Oh, it's like, not only does the building explode, it pulls a Skyfall. It
Yeah.
explodes and then fucking collapses.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's
Fucking good.
it's really crazy too. Is one thing that really impressed me this time watching, because this is obviously I've seen this 100 times basically, and it's a perfect score for me without question. The one thing that I really was impressed by is the way things kind of like logically progress, because Chucky doesn't know everything about the voodoo spells.
He's got to go back to his friend.
Yeah, so that's the idea, is because everyone thinks, well, why wouldn't he just do it right away? Because he doesn't know. And then once Andy's in the psychiatry hospital, then he goes after him again.
Right. Because he's got to
And of
do
course,
the...
Maggie was just kind of collateral damage because Chucky's a bastard.
Right.
So, like, that makes sense to me.
Because she wouldn't let him watch TV.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta let the Chuckster watch TV.
Yeah, man, come on. Eddie Caputo's on.
Yeah, gotta know what's going on.
Right.
So I guess that's enough about this. Well, yeah, fuck it. We'll just continue on with what did happen.
Yes.
So, again, the logical progression worked out really well.
Yeah, I definitely... The second half, it gets really, really, like, what's the word? It becomes a lot more like, well, I don't know. I guess the added element of knowing what Chucky is at that point, it's like...
Oh, when he finds out he's human.
Yeah. I'd say, like...
Also, what a great scene it is when... Because you feel the claustrophobia of Detective Mike Norris when
Yeah.
he's trapped in his underturned car. I like that as, like, I mean, in perfect horror movie fashion... You can't see Chucky's point of view. You're trapped under the car with him.
Right.
Like, fuck! I gotta hit him.
God, it's a great scene, man.
Yeah, and then he shoots him.
Yeah.
And
jeez.
then he shows up to the voodoo guy. I got shot, and it hurt like a bit, and it hurt like a son of a bitch.
You're evil, Chucky.
Yeah, you're an abomination. That guy doesn't get enough credit.
He's funny. He's good, man.
He was excellent. The voodoo guy.
Yeah.
It's the only way. I love it, dude.
Great death scene.
Yeah.
Great final death, like, speech.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You must find the boy. It is the only way.
Yeah, overall good, like,
Oh,
Catherine
yeah.
Hicks is good, too. Like, Chris Sarandon, all really solid. And Brad Dourif.
Well,
I mean, Jesus.
I can't say enough about how good Brad Dourif is. Brad Dourif's performance is in this.
Even just him as Charles Lee Ray.
Yeah.
You hear me, you son of a bitch!
I'm gonna get Eddie. And I'm gonna get you. You just, God, when that guy's pissed, it's just like you really believe it.
Yeah,
I mean, I've told you, I've sung the praises of this man's acting many times. Billy
Bibbit?
Billy Bibbit.
He's Wormtongue in fucking Lord of the fucking Rings?
He literally has the only believable acting in Halloween 2. He's been in any number of other horror movies. I think, if I'm not mistaken, was he in one of the Exorcist movies too?
I think he was. He
Yeah.
was in Exorcist 3.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And, of course, he was in, what was he in? He was in one of the Halloween movies, right?
Well, yeah, he
Both
was.
of them?
No, wait, I think so. Yeah,
Sheriff whatever. The
Sheriff Brackett.
Yeah.
Annie
I think he's in that.
Brackett's. Yeah, I think it's both.
Yeah,
He brings it in a particularly gut wrenching scene in 2. Well, what am I talking about? The only gut wrenching scene in 2.
Is that literal?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like,
Oh, it's-
it's like depressing.
Oh,
because
okay.
his acting's good and you believe him.
Okay. I mean,
The rest of the movie is gut wrenching. Like, why?
Yeah. Jesus.
It's gut wrenching. Like, what the hell is this? Not gut wrenching. Like, oh, what a poor Sheriff Brackett. He's upset.
He was also in Ginger Clown.
Oh yeah, he voiced one of the things. That's unfortunate, but you know what? He does what he wants to do.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the other thing is, like, in a decade of a lot of silent the silent majority of slashers.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Jesus.
Like Jason, Michael, what's it called? What the fuck is the other silent one? I'm blanking
Leatherface
the fuck out.
doesn't really talk, right? He
He's got
yells. Yeah.
He's just like Gossamer from fucking Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Point is, there's a few of the big brooding silent types.
Right.
And Chucky is obviously against that cast type, if you will.
Very much so.
And again, he's sort of a spiritual companion of more closely linked to Pennywise and Freddy Krueger.
Right. Much more of a mouth on him.
Yeah,
Much more of a taunter before killing.
but it's also his voice is just kind of creepy.
Because it's like that's clearly a man.
But it's like
child's face and physique.
But that's what's weird to me also is his voice perfectly matches Chucky. Mm-hmm. And like I was hearing what was it? Like they tried to actually do it with like I think it was like a woman's voice.
Really?
And like Don Mancini said it sounded hilarious and he's like this isn't working.
Jesus Christ.
Because I think it might have been like someone had been brought in to record the like, "Hi, I'm Chucky."
Oh yeah,
like that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think that voice was used for the like they tried to do a version of that where it's like all the dialogue and it just wasn't working. And I really want.
I got shot. It hurt like son of a bitch. It hurt like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
John, you shouldn't tell your customers where you keep these things. You fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I'll teach you to fuck with me.
It wouldn't work. Luckily, they chose to go the Brad Dourif route.
Yeah, and I think it worked out big time.
It really did. What the hell else was I gonna say?
Well, I think one of the big things for me is that this is a movie that it spawned a lot of sequels. A lot of them, weird ways, they kind of grew away from what the original established, which is it was very much I say it's a masterclass in psychological just manipulation and making you think like, is Andy crazy? Well, like what's going on?
That's part of the problem is like with movies where there's a big reveal. Mm-hmm. Once the cat's out of the bag, the cat's out of the bag.
Like Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similarly, although slasher movies they're oftentimes much more forgiving with scenarios like that.
Yes. You can just go to space.
Yeah, you can just go to space. Oh, right. Like
or hell.
Jason X, Leprechaun 4. Jesus Christ.
Man, oh man.
No, that's what I'm saying is the cat's out of the bag. Mm-hmm. Now, he said originally in the script they toyed around with that much more.
Yeah, that's what it says.
In this, they make it relatively possible, but also kind of obvious because, like, you see Chucky's hand turn the gas knobs when he's gonna explode his old partner
Eddie Caputo.
Yeah, he just makes his house go bye bye.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Also, I thought that was a clever kill.
Oh yeah, Eddie's a little trigger happy.
Yeah,
but he also left our boy Chuck out in the cold.
Yeah,
which is not good. But he got what he was coming to him. He got what was coming to him.
That's right.
And
Chucky don't play no games.
Yeah, here's a question. We're getting a Chucky remake. We're getting a Child's Play remake. If there's anything that movie can do, what would you like to see it do? Like, would you like if
it's too late because the one thing I say, not that it could have done better. It's just this could have been another version. Mm-hmm. Is the one where it was more like his original script.
Yeah, where it's just a lifelike doll that becomes alive and tries to become a person.
Not even that, like. The idea where, is it Andy? Because obviously I knew if you rent this, it's pretty much too late for that element.
Right.
But it still works as a story.
Yeah.
Because I love, like one of the parts I love is where Catherine Hicks she gets so fucking mad when Mike Norris Oh, first of all, horrible Chicago accents.
It was just like,
Hey, they tried.
just do a Brooklyn accent, kinda.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, all right, they tried. Maybe Mike Norris is from Brooklyn and got reassigned.
That's possible. We're not given a bio.
Anyway, point is, when he like says, "What are you wearing there, buddy?" He's like, "My good guy PJs." It's like, oh, those footprints look kind of familiar. She's like, what are you saying? She
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
so mad.
She's not wanting that.
Catherine Hicks really brings it in this role.
Yeah, it's
I think this scene where, especially because I love, it's like one thing I loved about her character. She just calls the bullshit all the time.
yeah.
She's like there's one thing where like what the fuck was it?
Well,
Like she said something to Mike Norris.
oh, is that where she's like approaching him when he's like coming out of the PD?
Yeah, and then she mentions, she's like, Chucky, like he bit me, blah blah blah. And it's like what? You reacted to something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she's like, what the fuck was that? So that's the part where she mentions. I think she mentions Charles Lee Ray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then she's like, why? Why was that name mean to you? And he's like, oh, I killed him.
He was the Lakeshore
Yeah.
Strangler.
Right. The point is, she was really good at like picking up on people's cues.
Right.
Yeah, and it's well acted. I respect everybody involved. It's super, and well, here's the other thing: did this impact the fucking culture? This made everybody afraid of every fucking doll, like that even remotely resembled children.
I mean, there had been a few other movies about this, but obviously this is the best.
This is the heavy hitter.
Yeah. You know what's weird? Did Dolls though there is like this? It's just called Dolls. I think it might have came out a year before this.
Did it?
I think so.
Let's see.
I think it was 87. Check that shit out. What do we got?
87, yeah.
Wow. All right, but this is a much cooler concept because that was just like, ooh, spooky toys are alive. Like the whole voodoo thing was really cool.
Oh yeah, it was an added element.
Oh yeah, no, I this combined with Small Soldiers made me pretty much scared shitless as a 7-year-old child of everything.
I liked
in my room.
I like Small Soldiers, but it
Yeah.
is pretty fucking scary, especially the end
Yeah.
when like what's his name becomes really freaking. Who's the bad guy in that? It's
I don't know, Chip Hazard.
yeah, like
Yeah.
he becomes like doesn't he get like
But
basically-
that is so much more like blatantly comedic. Where
Oh yeah.
well, okay, let's talk about this movie's got some zingers, by the way. Ugly doll. Fuck you. That's a good one. God, what was the other ones? Oh, also, but Andy, we're friends till the end. This is the end, friend. Whoosh, drops the match. I'm like, boom. Drops the match, drops the mic.
He does,
God damn, I love that line. It's so great.
but that wouldn't be the end, friend.
Because I'm rational and sane. Good night, Mrs. Buckley. You got some zingers. You got some classics.
Oh yeah.
Also, fun fact, does the boss at the department store look familiar?
He's in Home Alone.
Do you like your job, Mrs. Buckley?
Yeah.
He is Scranton
Yeah.
ticket agent from
He's-
Home Alone.
What does she say? I came from New York to whatever to where the hell am I? Scranton.
Scranton.
Oh man, yeah.
That's what I mean. It's
Shit.
like even the little bit parts, like kind of the Weasley like boss, is
Right,
perfect.
Right. Oh man.
And Maggie is totally a displaced New Yorker.
Yeah. She's got a lot of fire,
Yeah.
but it's fire that wouldn't last.
Also, I kind of love how this movie just portrays Chicago as like the shittiest city on earth.
Pretty much. It's like, yeah, you just take an L, and all of a sudden, you're in Detroit. Just fucking
even though
abandoned
she
buildings.
lives in a gigantic apartment.
Yeah.
And I've been past that building a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Clark and like Diversey area.
Okay.
So she lives in Lincoln Park, but they did a good job via editing to make it seem like she lived closer to downtown, like the Loop.
Yeah. Closer to like
Yeah.
where the death of Charles Lee Ray actually happened.
Yeah. So the voodoo the voodoo guy. What'd you think about that?
Voodoo guy, which guy?
Well, we talked about him a
Dr.
little bit.
Death?
I'm saying like that kill.
Oh yeah, where he gets does he shoot him or stab him?
No, he breaks all the legs.
Oh, with the
on
voodoo doll. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I like that because it kept him alive just long enough for that great speech.
And then Chucky's like, "Now I'm just gonna stab you."
yeah. Kept him alive long enough so he could deliver that great speech.
And then when he fries the doctor.
Oh yeah, that was messed up.
Also, the doctor, again, crappy Chicago world that this movie depicts. Everything's gonna be all right, Andy.
It's so sad. It's like cut to Andy behind bars.
Yeah.
in his cell.
Yeah, and
about to
then
be fucking stabbed by a syringe.
And then stop! when Chucky puts the electric shock on the dude.
Stop! He's already dead.
That scene. There's something just like so overtly evil about Chucky right there. He's like, you know what? I could just stop this and get you, but like, nah. I want to show you how sick I am, how depraved I am.
God,
just shocks him to death. And then there's the whole debacle after that. I love that scene in the apartment.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Jesus.
you know how they did a lot of that?
Which part?
So get this. For some of the shots, Ed Gale, the little person who was Chucky's human stunt double, they built a set for certain shots. So Ed Gale is 30% bigger than Chucky. So they built an exact replica set that was 30% bigger.
God, which parts?
Like when he's getting lit on fire.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
so like the couch was probably not.
Or when he like falls down the chimney, because
Right.
that shit creeps me out how real it looks. And you're like, well, it's because it is technically real.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like the amount of effort they put into bringing Chucky to life, and it's really just a marriage of everything working out. An excellent voice actor.
Oh, for God's sake! I mean, it's legendary.
Well, it's also the fact that what was it? Brad Dourif, he actually rehearsed the scenes with them in person.
Yeah, not recorded the lines, but he recited the lines on set.
Yeah, no, or not on set, but they had rehearsals where they did readings together. So I guess that's why there's an extra snarl to Chucky.
Yeah. Definitely.
So this is a timeless classic in my eyes. Basically, there's a lot of reasons it's my favorite. I think also it's just like talk about a tightly run ship.
Oh yeah.
They don't waste any time at all.
Oh, I mean it's well, how long is it? 87 minutes.
But
So
they
make their time.
I miss movies like that where it's just you have your story. Let's lay it out simply and straightforward. Let's not waste a lot of time. And that was one of the things is like there's certain things that didn't make it to the final cut because originally Chucky was going to be in the factory for the Good Guy Dolls factory.
Oh,
which makes an appearance in 2.
Oh,
so a lot of the elements there, and also there's going to be more about Andy's dad. But it just like you get it. You can read between the lines. It was enough.
Right.
You know?
Man, oh man, though, this was a treat to watch again, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know you gave this a 10 out of 10, right?
5 out of 5. Well, this is
5 out of 5.
This is my favorite horror movie ever made.
Damn. Yeah. That's hard to beat.
All right, I know you may not feel the same. Just lay it on me.
I feel the same way about this as I did Hellraiser 1. Which, if you recall,
was a 7 point something.
7.5.
Oh, you make me sick.
That's real. And
you
again,
can't just give this the 8 just for Kevin Yeager. He worked so hard, man.
I might. You know what? I might. But
fun fact: got married to Catherine Hicks because.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They met on set.
Yeah. I saw that on the IMDb trivia.
Yeah, the IMDb trivia.
That's pretty nice. That's
Got some other IMDb trivia.
Kevin Yeager's from Decatur, Illinois.
Oh yeah, Illinois represent.
This isn't really a this isn't really an IMDb trivia, but on the Wikipedia article it
Oh,
says.
is this the thing about the protesters?
Well, no.
Oh.
This is the first sentence
Yeah.
of the plot synopsis, which says, "On the night of November 9th, 1988, serial killer and fugitive Charles Lee Ray is chased by homicide detective Mike Norris through the streets of the south side of Chicago." I'm like, Van Buren and Wabash is not on the
that's
south side
not-
of Chicago.
yeah.
That's in the fucking loop.
Yeah. I thought that when I saw that. But Eddie Caputo's place, he gets off the L stop at 44th or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he in like Bridgeport? Where the hell is he?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's somewhere. It looks like Detroit, if I'm being honest. I'm like, I don't know I don't know where the fuck that is or was.
I feel when they're filming this, like, just find the Detroitiest looking place.
We got the perfect place.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that 7.5 comes from a place where, again, horror movies not my bag a lot of the time. So that's a big fucking that's a big score.
But this had all the logical progressions, like I said.
That's true.
You know, because you think, why wouldn't Chucky just hide this, do the soul thing? It's like, he doesn't know. Mm-hmm. Why doesn't he kill Andy? Because he can use Andy, because Andy's naive and trusts him.
Right. Yeah, man.
Also,
I gotta watch-
classic. Probably the best case of nobody believes the kid.
Oh man, especially in
maybe
horror.
probably the best example of that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I gotta watch some more of the sequels.
The sequels. You know what?
Are any of them as good as Child's Play? Do any of them even
No.
approach Child's Play 1?
I would say Curse does.
Okay.
Curse does, and Cult is really weird without saying too much.
All right.
Like, I can't... Ah, man. Cult takes it in a whole new spin. We'll just have to see what that entails once they do the sequel series.
And hopefully that one is better than the remake they're making.
I would imagine it will be. Anyway, to wrap it up on the first Child's Play movie, it's a timeless classic because it gave us an iconic slasher who's up there with the likes of, you know, Michael, Jason, Leatherface, and all those guys, Freddy. And on top of that, it was really amazing the amount of extensive work they did with animatronics, which was a very new field at the time. And Kevin Yeager, we thank you for your innovations and your contributions to film. So, this movie kicks ass, and if you haven't seen it, I suggest you watch it.
Yes. It's out. It's available to rent. I mean, you can find a way to watch it. I did. It's not on Netflix. Sorry. The Witch is, but Child's Play isn't. So just find a way to watch it. Go on Xfinity. It's there.
It's there somewhere.
Yeah.